Hey guys, we have a special video today. This is going to be a short noobish guide on some exploits in From the Depths. If you're a veteran, then most likely you already know these, but if you're new, then you may not. I have 3 exploits of varying usefulness, so starting it off, we have the subobject phasing. Now, I don't know if there's a real term for it or not, but to be simple, it's taking a set of blocks, for example, an engine, or a storage container, and instead of building it directly into the hole, we put it on a subobject. This can be used in a multitude of ways to save space, usually for stacking engines or storage. Though I do not recommend this with ammo, as well, you know why. So here we've got the Craftsman. This is a changed Craftsman. Usually it has 2 stacked containers. But on each side, so there's 2, would be 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, so they'd be below each other. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But this has the subobject phasing. So where it looks like there's only 1 here, there's actually 2. Same goes for here, here, and here. Just to show you what I mean, I'm going to set the idle azimuth. As you can see, it's moving. There's 2 blocks, so it's the same for the other side. And as you notice, it can move, which it shouldn't. Not sure why. Oh, actually, no, I know why. It's because there's nothing interacting with the subobject. It's not bumping into any of this. This is a decoration, and this is also a subobject. Yes. Okay, that makes plenty of sense why it's not bumping into each other. So it's an easy way to save space. Normally there'd be another set of storage containers under here. I will spawn the Craftsman just to show you what I mean. This is the original Craftsman. Okay, maybe I didn't spawn it. Craftsman. There you go. Yeah, I didn't click it, I clicked escape. Oh no, I did spawn. I've got 2. So, here's the Craftsman. Let me find where it's... There it is. Beat that. As you see, the Craftsman just has them stacked with a massive decoration stuff splattered on top of it. So this could be used for propulsion. I am not sure how it interacts when it's hit. I'm not sure if it only takes into account of one of the items, or if it, when it hits, it takes account for all of them. That will require testing. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how it would work for phasing walls of armor either, so I'm not sure if you could stack armor like that and be really cheesy. But I will point out that using them on propulsion blocks allows you to ignore the space requirement. I'll bring out the tuner for this. Let me get my tuner out. There's my tuner. The tuner is equipped with the spin block. As you see, this doesn't require any extra space, yet there's a massive block of metal in front of it. This, I believe, is because it's on a separate plane from the game. So this would be technically its own ship. So that if we built on this subobject and put something in front of this, it would interact with it. Let me just pull these out before they start lagging the game by crashing into each other or something dumb like that. They shouldn't, but well. So, that is the phasing with the sub-objects. You can also do this to make your ship as small as possible, though I'm not sure how the game handles it when you're hit. Whether or not it's only one object at a time or all of them gets hit at the same time. I would kind of hope that it would only affect the first thing hit and then going through until it's done all of its damage. That's what I would want to believe. Next, we have collision negation. So this is a very simple thing. If you want to say make a saw that phase through your ship, but you need to cut holes in it in order to allow the saw blade to go through. Well, you don't need to do that if you just slap it on top of another sub-object. So now it won't get stuck, and it will allow you to make a helicopter of ram. By the way, these all still do damage if they hit. As you can see, this specific one is a piston with a spin block on top of it. Allows you to expand it out if you would want, or just keep it at its old setting. Same goes for this one. This one is also a piston with a spin block and a lot of things. Both allow these to mulch your enemies with splendid ease. Having them on the front like this does allow you to run through some enemies if you can catch up with them. Personally, I don't recommend this. If you can make a craft that can ram them, then yes, this is the best idea. Border-wise, a very well-known From the Depths YouTuber has made a video on this a while ago with some flying craft with a long dong-like spear, we could call it, where it just protrudes and then starts poking inside the enemy. Yes. That is one way to do it. You can do it with this as well. To be honest, with how rams work, you want it as on a big as a vessel as possible. If you were to put it on this craftsman, for example, it won't do as much damage because ram takes into the account of weight. So if your ship weighs tons, then it will take into that factor. You can also do this with turrets if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to build the way I do, which is I think this one, this one isn't a phase, my bad. Or is it? No, this is a double stack, I think. Yeah, it's just a double stack of armor. Basically, if you struggle with your ship constantly bumping into itself with its turrets, like let's say this turret here would go out to the right, it would stop, and that's his whole firing angle. If you were to get subobject like this, copy your turret onto this with the subobjects menu, you can save it on the bottommost subobject. This will work. It's like I've done it for this. Actually, I can use this as an example. Use it like this. This has two subobjects. If the AI touches the bottom subobject, it controls the whole thing. So you don't need to have two AI local weapon controllers. You don't need these two. But because this is on a double subobject, it no longer has collision with the actual ship. So if I was to... Actually, let me just teleport onto this. Mulcher. See, it turns all nice. No, I don't want to build on that. Get rid of this. I am now going to build a very annoying pole that might get in the way. This would restrict your plane of attack to now only, what, 5 degrees? We will do the same for this weather wind turret. Let me just do that quick. I should have mirrored, but yeah. We don't think of these things. So, I'm wrong. I am completely wrong. Why am I wrong? Is it because this? Yeah. So, I think barrels don't have a collision. That's... Oh yeah, I should have known that. Barrels don't have collision, so yeah. If your armor collides into it, it can now no longer move. But this guy... There we go. This should stop it from moving, but it doesn't. It still moves as if it doesn't exist. Though, I do question if this block here counts as protection or not when this is phased through. I'd like to think that at this angle, the turret would get hit first, and then the juicy innards would also be destroyed. So, it is a good one, though I would be careful, because if you haven't got a failsafe on your ship and it's facing, let's say there's an enemy over there, your turret will turn around and blow the inside of your ship up, or if it's underneath like a submarine, it'll blow the ship up. So yeah, make sure to have a failsafe on your thing. I don't know how to fix failsafes so that, let's say this turret had another barrel. I'm not sure how to set it up for that, but that doesn't matter. Most of the time your ship won't shoot itself if it's got failsafes with the base settings. So, lastly, we have an interesting one. This is actually used quite a lot in the factions of Nita, which is the tractor beam turrets, as you see here. If you're a fan of the Twin Guard, you will already know that this is paying homage to the floaty mechs on other things, except this is a submarine that goes really frickin' fast. And there are other ways, things you can make. Like you can have like little tiny guns spinning around. I know Borderwise made a video on a craft recently doing that. That is based on... Let me see if I can find it. It is like a flying saucer. And I will need to remember... Is it? No, that's a plane. Would it be... this? Yes. So as you see, there are other ways you can do it. You can set it up with ACBs, but this is basically simply a ship with some form of spinning block on it, spinning some turrets. Where I can't see, there's a lot of them as well. Ah, here we go. There it is. So we got the turret, the spin block. This will turn facing towards the enemy at all times. And I'm very sure that's more interesting. I haven't actually looked at this ship before. It is a very interesting craft. I'm not sure if this is just a design to look cool or not. I think this just might be a design to look cool. But when this guy is in attack mode, they spread out, face the enemy, which is probably what this does, and basically spin around it instead of this motion, it spins around in this motion. So it'll spin around it. Let me just summon a friend just to make sure I'm right. Let's get everyone's favourite Marauder out, because everyone loves blowing up Marauders, especially if your name is Borderwise. There you go. See? And it spreads out. You've got to wait for the tractor beams because they're currently faffing with each other. And then they get into space, faced towards the enemy, and then they start shooting and rotating. Like that. It's the same with my Slung, wherever that's gone. Where are you, Slung? Yeah. Mine is the same, as it is basically extremely rudimentary. It's literally a tractor beam on top of a turret that turns, which turns the main body of the mech. The idea for this is to be as cheesy as possible. It is literally a submarine, the most broken thing possible, with a massive floating weapons platform above it that it can also heal. I will also like to mention, before we pack this up, that repairs on this guy do not work if they are on the tractor beam recipient. So, these will work to repair the ship above, but if this bit was to receive damage, it will be then healed by the repair tentacles on the Slung instead of the file. So yes, that is generally what I want to point out. So that's just if you ever want to build like a nice little floaty mechy thing. These on it are purely for when the bottom ship takes damage and needs to be healed. Everything else can be handled on the inside and on the little sub as well. Very cheap. 15. Oh, great. Won't let me look at the price. 95. So yeah, 100,000 for a nice little weapons platform for massive APS 250mm. Was that height? 32 fire rate? Okay, that's alright. A massive set of crams, secondaries. I really like this. But yeah, those are my 3 designs. Most likely, if you're a complete pro at this game, you already know them. That is the subobject phasing, allowing you to compact your ship even more. I use this quite a bit, especially on small designs. I merely put it on this craftsman as a show, whilst the other craftsman's over there doing craftsman things. The phasing, which I also use quite a bit, not so much the turrets because this is quite expensive and heavy, but if you want to ram and commit atrocities to the enemy, this is one of the best ways to do it. And of course the tractor beam turrets, which are also very cheesy. You can mix and match all of these together to create an absolute abomination. So yeah, that's the exploits I found so far, and I can remember. So yeah, take care everyone, thanks for watching, take care peeps.